Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. Finally, this video is here. I am ending this series of the top 10 insert what I want in the Simpsons tapped out. I've been doing it for a few months. We've gone through a lot of categories, so I figure it's good just to close off by finishing all the costumes of the main Simpsons family. I'm not going to bother doing Grandpa or any other characters really. There are definitely plenty of costumes, other costumes that I do want in the game, but to focus it on one character is quite hard. I think it's difficult enough with some of the Simpsons members. Like Maggie's one was very difficult because I had no idea what Maggie costumes I really wanted. So for Marge's one, I've honestly just went for the ones off the top of my head. I haven't really picked any. I haven't really gone into depth like watching the episodes and stuff. So if they're again just like with Lisa and other characters I've done, if there is something I've missed, let me know, because it's very possible I've just forgot. And it's also very possible that the thing that you comment that I forgot, I might want more than some of the things I've listed on this list. It's impossible for me to get everything and to possibly, to have like a completely well-rounded list. But these are just ones off the top of my head. Some stuff from events I've either got in the works or event ideas I've already released. So yeah, let's go through it today. We'll get through all the costumes that I think would be very cool to get for Marge, and we'll be doing it in top 10. But first, I always do it. Number 10, Sunday Best. Look, I really like the Sunday Best costumes. I think they would be really awesome to get. I like the idea of actually, doing something with those costumes, because it's the appearance that the Simpsons are most frequently seen in, apart from their regular clothes. So that's why I personally would really like the Sunday Bests as costumes, but it'd be very boring putting them all at number 1. So for Marge, I'm just going to put it at number 10 like I did with Lisa. Sunday Best. I really want the Sunday Best in the game, like I said. Marge especially, because I really think they could do something with the Listen Lady stuff. That episode where, she's trying to deal with people's problems, mainly Ned Flanders, but, dealing with people's issues and stuff. I think maybe adding this, although she doesn't appear like this in all of the Listen Lady segments of the episode. I don't know. I just think it'd be cool. Give us this costume. We could, base the questline around Listen Lady, have some cool animations there as well. And, yeah, I don't know. I just think Sunday Best Marge could be a very cool costume. And it's, a familiar get-up, and that's why I kind of would like them in the game. At the very least, I would like an animation for the Sunday Best stuff, but more so costume, just because it's such a regular appearance that I think an animation doesn't do it justice. Anyway, moving on. Number 9 is Grey Hair Marge. So this, of course, is a more modern appearance for Marge, but I actually kind of feel like it could be cool to get some of the animations from that episode. So obviously we have the grey hair, and she doesn't appear in the dress throughout the whole episode. But probably give her a different get-up. I won't want her in like a normal, was it green dress? Is it green? Yeah, green dress. I actually forgot then. I wouldn't want her in a regular green dress. Just give her like a different outfit. This one would work fine, this black dress. And yeah, she'd be around with her grey hair. Cool animations, more modern appearance. They could maybe do something with Patty and Selma as well. They could throw in Patty and Selma's dyed hair as well, because that could be kind of funny. And yeah, I just think it could be a very cool costume. Although it's at the bottom of my list personally. I don't care that much for it. Everything above it, I personally would like a lot more, but there it is, Grey Hair Marge. Moving on. Wedding Dress Marge. So this is not like, this isn't Marge when she actually first got married. This is Marge when she decides to renew her vows with Homer. Or actually Bride Marge would be better than Wedding Dress Marge. Bride Marge. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've got an event in the works, is all I'll say, that includes this costume, and I think there could be some cool animations with it, especially considering it'd be nice to have like a little animation of Marge and Homer getting married, and it's kind of hard to do that because you would have to throw in either like young Marge as a costume for young Marge, but then the issue is like, teenage Marge. The issue is Homer and Marge don't get married as teenagers, right? They get married as like young adults, so you would have to like this is like so annoying, but you'd have to like give us a costume which is like young Marge, or like early 20s Marge and early 20s Homer. I don't know. I just think that gets so confusing. So I'd rather just add like a Bride Marge for our current Marge, or a regular default Marge, and then they could have the animation there. So that's for me personally. But again, it's fairly low down the list. It's not something I'm desiring fully. Moving on, Marge Smithers. This is just a funny ass costume. That's the main reason why. It's nothing to do with like I don't know. I'm sure they could get animations there. It's not like a very memorable appearance or anything. It's something brief, but it's so funny looking that I just generally think it'd be a really hilarious costume for Marge. So there it is, Marge Smithers. Definitely would really love that. It's a funny little costume, and yeah, there could be a really funny questline with Waylon Smithers as well. Number 6 is Bearded Marge. The only issue with this one is she's in her regular dress, and the only difference is she now has a big blue beard, which, I don't know, I think it's fine. Obviously, we've got Donut Homer, and Donut Homer has, just regular Homer's clothes, but with a donut head, so it wouldn't be like an entirely, it wouldn't annoy me too much, but I do think this could be a very cool costume, although it's a very brief Treehouse of Horror appearance. They could definitely work with this, I think. You could have some funny animations. I feel like the questline could be really good if they had maybe Marge visiting, the barbershop or something, and I don't know, maybe get mistake. Maybe that wouldn't fly in today's climate. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. They could do something funny with that. Maybe Marge actually is really into the beard and she is styling it or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's number 6, Bearded Marge. Number 5 is Curler Marge. The only reason why I've even got this on the list is because we got Patriot Homer. And Patriot Homer is basically Curling Homer. And I feel like Curler Marge is needed to be added as well. Obviously, she breaks her shoulder or arm or whatever in the episode, so maybe you could have her in the cast as well. That could be kind of cool. You could have some cool curling animations. One with her broken arm. You could do a quest line there with the Patriot Homer costume. And yeah, I just think there's a lot of freedom they can use with this one. They can do a whole curling event, another Summer Games 2020 or 2022, I guess, maybe. It could be there. And yeah, I just think Curler Marge would be a very awesome costume to get. Number 4 is Card Counter Marge. So this is, of course, the casino appearance. I really like these costumes. I kind of want the full collection of the card counting costumes. The one for Marge is especially cool because she has her hair down, and it's weird because we don't often see Marge with her hair down. So I think that in that aspect it kind of is a bit unique. But yeah, there could be some cool card counting animations. A casino event would be perfect to add this in. And it'd be awesome as well to get the whole set of the card counters and not just one for Marge. But yeah, I just think that would be a very cool costume. Definitely one I want quite badly in the game. Probably more so than all these for sure. Moving on, number 3 is Chanel Marge. I really like the Chanel episode. I think there was someone on the Real Jim's channel. I think he had like a guest who said that their favorite episode was this episode, the Class Struggles episode. And I remember I actually went back and watched it because I was like, maybe I can make an event on this. And that's where my socialite event actually sprang from. But I remember I watched it. And yeah, I actually quite like it as well. And I think the Chanel Marge suit could be a pretty cool costume for Marge. They could definitely do some awesome socialite things. Of course, go watch my socialite event if you'd like to see what I think they should do with it and how they should base an event around it. But yeah, Chanel Marge, pretty cool costume for sure. Moving on. Cherry Red Marge. Okay, this one's really weird and maybe a little controversial to be this high on the list. But I like the fact that Marge gets a friend, a group of women that she's actually friends with who aren't unreasonable. I think that's why these ones are quite close. Mainly because I think it's really cool when they have an event and they have a costume for the character to make them fit in with the new character. So what I mean, I'm trying to think of a good example. I can't actually think of a good example. Let me have a think. There must be an example. Okay, good example. Well, obviously, the Wild West, we got a bunch of Wild West characters, like Gummy Joe and all of that. But then we also got a bunch of costumes, the one for Homer, Cowboy Homer. We got the Kid with No Name for Bart. These costumes that make our default characters fit in with the new characters. And I feel like if they had Tammy, which is the lady who runs the Red Cherry thing, and they had some of the other Red Cherry, maybe they could just add a group of Red Cherry women as a 3-in-1 character or something. Cherry Red Tomatoes, is that what they're called? I think that having a costume there for Marge kind of makes them all fit in, so it makes her fit into the group. And I don't know, maybe I'm rambling. I don't know if this makes any sense to you. If it makes sense, then cool. If it doesn't, just ignore me. But yeah, I really like this costume. I think they can definitely do some interesting things with it, especially considering this could double up as like a burglar Marge as well. Because in the episode, she obviously tries to burgle those Fabergé eggs. The fancy eggs. She tries to like burgle those eggs from Mr. Burns. So they could do something there as well. Like maybe actually have her have like a little animation in the burglar get up. So yeah, I just think there's a lot of freedom, a lot of cool things to see with this costume, and it's a memorable appearance for Marge. And then moving on, number 1, can't wait for that drum roll. It's got to be Major Marge. I really, really badly want Colonel Homer in the game. I think Colonel Homer is such a missed opportunity, the fact that we haven't got that costume yet for Homer. And it's weird because it would have been perfect to throw in with the Lurleen level, but they didn't, which was like odd. So I'm really hoping sometime in the future they have to do a episode tie-in to that episode where, you know, we have Colonel Homer, and also give us Major Marge. All right, I want Colonel Homer, I want Major Marge, and you throw in Lurleen's dad into the store. Throw something else in the Super Premium, right? Give us Colonel Homer, Major Marge for free in the prize track. Throw in Lurleen's dad as a premium, and then whatever you like as a Super Premium. Just not those two costumes. Major Marge is not as demanded, in my opinion, as Colonel Homer. I think I want Colonel Homer way more than Major Marge, but if we're going to get one, I want the other, you know? It would be odd if we don't get Major Marge as well. So obviously, this is when Marge, of course, she kind of gets in this get-up when after Lurleen's second appearance, because Lurleen needs help. Homer wants to help her, but Marge is a bit, you know, iffy on it. So Marge decides to help her as well, so she doesn't feel jealous from Lurleen and Homer spending time alone. So it's a cool costume. I think there's plenty of cool animation potentials for this one as well. And as well, questline wise, they could definitely do something very interesting. Maybe her and Lurleen become friends or something. That could be cool to see in the game. I like it when they do more different things, more alternative things with the questline. So yeah, that could be awesome. So that's my number 1 pick, Major Marge. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me if you disagree. I don't know where I'd probably put Sunday Best for Marge. Probably like number 2. I'd say Sunday Best. Marge is like weird because I feel like there was like loads of costumes, but I just couldn't think of any. So do let me know if I've missed anything, because I feel like I have. I feel like there's definitely like a big costume I'm missing, like the one that I definitely want more. Obviously, for a time, the Cleric Marge was like my number 1 costume for Marge that I really wanted in the game. But then of course they added that, so that's no longer eligible for my list. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching as always. Goodbye.